Good morning or good afternoon whenever you're watching this video. So hopefully you've watched the other two lessons by now. This next lesson is ordering fractions. So you're going to learn how to put fractions in order from least to greatest. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at here. So it says order these fractions 1/2, 1/4, and 1/3 from least to greatest. First, compare the fractions, then order them. So they give you a little bit of a visual here. So remember, the top number is how many is shaded, and the bottom number is how many parts there are total. So in this case, there are 2 parts, and out of those 2 parts, 1 is shaded. And then down here we have 1/4. So remember there are 4 parts total. That's what this bottom number tells us. And the top number means that 1 of the 4 is shaded. So we have 1/4. And then right down here, 1/3. That bottom number tells us that there are 3 parts. And out of those 3 parts, 1 of them is shaded. So now we're going to label them from least to greatest. So like I said in the last video, it's a little bit backwards from your everyday thinking. You're going to think that the biggest number is going to be the biggest. But when it comes to fractions, it's actually the smallest, because remember how we talked in the last video that you have to share this candy bar with one other friend. So you and one other friend, you have to share the same size candy bar with you and 3 other friends. And you have to share the same size candy bar with you and 2 other friends. So which one are you going to get the most of that candy bar with? Sharing it with 1 other friend instead of 3 other friends and 2 other friends, right? So if we put them in order, you're going to have 1/4, 1/3, 1/2. All right, so down here is the page that we're going to work on now. Adjust my camera here for you. Okay, so this one's done for us. It wants us to color 1/6, 1/12, and 1/4. So we're coloring one of each of these. All right, and then we're going to put them in order from least to greatest. So think of it as a candy bar. Okay, you're sharing that candy bar with 5 friends, you and 5 friends. You're sharing that candy bar with you and 11 friends. And you're sharing that candy bar with you and 3 friends. You're going to get the least amount of candy when you share it with 11 other friends. You're going to get the next least amount of candy when you share it with 5 friends. You're going to get the most candy when you share it with 3 other friends. So our fraction down here should be 1/12, 1/6, 1/4. Okay, let's do number 2. So this time we have to shade it. So like I said on the last videos, you can pause it if you're working with yourself and quiz yourself, or you can have an adult pause it and ask you the questions, however you want to work it. So 1/3, which means there are 3 parts, and we're shading one of them. 1/2, which means there are 2 parts, and we're shading one of them. And 1/5, which means there are 5 parts, and we're shading one of them. Okay, so we're still doing least to greatest. So which one of these are you going to get the least amount of candy? If you're sharing it with 2 other friends and yourself, just 1 other friend and yourself, or if you're sharing it with 4 friends and yourself. You're going to get the least amount of candy if you're sharing it with 4 other friends plus yourself. So 1/5 is our smallest fraction. Then, sorry, it's looking a little blurry. There we go. Then, are you going to get more candy if you share it with 2 other friends plus yourself, or just 1 other friend plus yourself? 2 other friends is the next biggest fraction from 1/5. And then our biggest fraction here is 1/2. All right, so let's look at the back here. So now would be the time to, well, let's do number 4, because now we're going from greatest to least. So it's the same idea, but we're going from biggest to smallest now instead of the other way around. Okay, so we have 1/6, 1/8, 1/4. Oops, sorry, Copper sees something in the backyard. So we're coloring 1 out of the 6 pieces, 1 out of the 8 pieces, 1 out of the 4 pieces. So which one of these are you going to get the most candy? If you share it with 5 other friends, if you share it with 8 other friends, or if you, or sorry, 7 other friends, or if you share it with 3 other friends. So you're gonna get the most if you're only sharing it with 4 friends. So that's why 1/4 is first. Then you're gonna get the next amount of candy if you share it with 5 other friends plus yourself. So 1/6 is next. Then you're gonna get the most amount of the least amount of candy if you share it with 7 other friends. So 1/8 would be last. Okay, now would be the time to pause the video and quiz yourself on 5, 6, and 7, and then come back to the video and press play and see how well you can do this on your own. So for me, I'm just gonna keep going. So number 5, 1/5 needs to be colored, 1/4 needs to be colored, and 1/6 needs to be colored, okay? And then we look and we see we're still going from greatest to least, which means biggest to smallest, okay? So which one of these am I gonna get the most candy if I'm sharing with my friends? If I'm sharing it with just 3 other friends and myself, I'm gonna get the most. Then I'm gonna get the most, the next fraction down is gonna be 1/5, because it's like saying that I'm sharing it with 4 other friends plus myself. And then this last one, 1/6, is the smallest fraction because I have to share that candy bar with 5 friends plus myself instead of just 4 friends and myself and 3 friends and myself. All right, number 6, same thing, you're going greatest to least. So we're gonna color in 1/10, we're gonna color in 1/6, and we're gonna color in 1/8. Think of it as a candy bar. You and 9 friends are sharing this candy bar. You and 5 friends are sharing this candy bar. You and 7 friends are sharing this candy bar. So you're going to get the most candy if you only share it with 5 friends. So 1/6 is our largest fraction. Then we have 1/8 and we have 1/10. You're going to get more candy if you only have to share it with 7 other friends plus yourself than you are if you have to share it with 9 friends plus yourself. So our next biggest fraction is 1/8, and then our smallest fraction is 1/10. And the last one here, number 7, we have 1/3, 1/10, 1/8. Remember, number of pieces of pizza or candy or pieces of the fraction that are shaded, number that there are total. All right, so let's think of it as a candy bar again. You're sharing that candy bar with 2 friends and yourself. You're sharing that candy bar with 9 friends plus yourself. And you're sharing that candy bar with 7 friends plus yourself. Which one would you get the most candy out of? Sharing it with just 2 friends. So 1/3 is going to be our biggest fraction. Then is it going to be 1/10 or 1/8? So you have to share that candy bar with 9 friends, or you have to share that candy bar with 7 friends. You're going to get more candy if you have to share it with 7 friends than you are sharing it with 9 friends. So 1/8, and then our smallest fraction is 1/10. Okay, so this was ordering fractions. If you need more practice, go ahead and just review it again. If you have any questions or you're confused on anything, make sure you tell mom and dad, and have mom and dad or grandma and grandpa, whoever it is that's helping you with your math, they can email me and I'll be more than happy to help, okay? All right, happy mathing.